Hello, hello. Welcome to the weekly bump. Thank you all for talking about my glow last week. I do feel like I'm glowing. I do, because I have found a way to unblockage myself, to remove the blockages that I had been dealing with for a really long time. I talk about all this on my other channel. Again, shameless plug, like I said last week, if you want to check it out, feel free to head over there. I just did a video on a little exercise that I've been using to help me release my negative thoughts. And it's really worked the past couple months. And apparently y'all can tell, right? Because I had so many comments on it last week. So anyway, thank you. Thank you all for being here too. So let's see what's in the cards for the week. Mercury retrograde, right? Venus goes back direct in Libra, making her way back again through Scorpio. So more transformative qualities with our relationship, but this time like less challenging, right? So let's see. Page of Pentacles and the Fool. Well, you've earned whatever it is that is coming to you. I'll tell you what. And the Page of Pentacles is, be careful that you're not trying to put this into a box, okay? Like here I am saying you're going to hear from someone. This does not have to be the person that you think, okay? The Fool is an open energy. It is open to any and all possibilities. So when you start trying to say like, oh, Jane, no, I haven't heard from that person. No, they didn't do, you need to just wipe that kind of way of thinking, because life is very mysterious. It is very powerful. And when you surrender, as the Fool does, surrenders to the experience, you start to embrace the possibilities. And you stop trying to control, and you stop trying to define, and you stop trying to protect yourself, and you stop trying to avoid certain things, and you just kind of let everything that life has to offer just sort of wash over you. And I think that some of us got a really harsh lesson in that with the Venus retrograde. Like, you just need to let life take over sometimes. And what happens when you do that is new things come in to fill in the spaces, and you don't need to put any effort into that at all. Like, that's just, empty space. Well, it needs to get filled in. And so the Page of Pentacles is coming to do that specifically. And it's coming to help you on your journey, whatever kind of new journey that you find yourself on. This could be a business contact or a client. It could be a friend. It could be a lover. It could be someone brand new you haven't even met yet to this day, right? But it's coming. And Mercury retrograde has an interesting way of, it's like recycling, recycles unfinished energy. And we have an opportunity to revisit things with more clarity or more life experience or whatever. Because if something happened in the past and maybe we weren't ready, well, now maybe you're ready. And so now here it is. It's being recycled. Okay? It's coming back up. Ah, another page. So we're getting 2 pages. Page of Cups. Oh, I love a Page of Cups, I have to admit. Again, also a very unexpected energy. It's something that, don't try to put it into a box. You're trying to put it into a box, you guys. You're trying to define it. You're trying to say, well, this is who it's going to be from. It's not going to be from that person. And you have no idea what's about to happen in your life. You have no idea. None of us do. And I feel that the Fool energy is coming out as a reminder to release. It's coming out as a reminder to really put these fears and doubts and things in their proper place, dust or something, to really put that stuff in their proper places. And if you are blinded by your insecurities, by your fears, by being realistic, then these could very easily just pass you by and you have no idea where it could have led. I have a feeling that this week is a good time to just say yes to stuff. If it doesn't work out, fine. But if it doesn't work out, I think you'll still learn something about yourself. And isn't that the goal, right? That's why we're all here, to learn about ourselves so that we can learn about others and so that we can raise our vibration. And we do that through knowledge. There's an esoteric quality there and an exoteric. And this is the exoteric thing, right? This is the information that's being delivered to you so that you can break free from these blockages here. If you are so blinded by all the reasons why it could never be, then it just won't be. You need to be careful because your manifestation power is super legit right now. This Mercury retrograde is happening in a square with Neptune. And so it's very easy to manifest things, but it's also very easy to manifest things according to this energy right here, which we don't want, because this is going to manifest the inappropriate partners. It's going to manifest it's going to manifest and confirm all the reasons why those swords existed in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Because you're in a protective mode. Mentally, you're in your protective mode and you're trying to define what life should be. And so life is just going to say, okay, well, if that's what you think, well, then let me confirm it. It's called confirmation theory, right? We seek out evidence to confirm a belief so that we can believe it even harder. And beliefs, thoughts, the things that keep us back, the things that keep us bondaged, trapped, suffocated, we'll just say, okay, well, let's bring in those opportunities to make sure that that's real. Let's make sure that that's confirmed. But no, the Fool says, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Jupiter in Sagittarius says, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Let's keep our minds open and unrestricted. Interesting that we're getting 2 pages, but not this. This is always, I always say aces is a delay in something, so it doesn't mean it's not there. Maybe something weird happened. Did something weird happen recently? Maybe not. Nothing weird happened for me, but I'm getting a weird vibe from this right now. So maybe something weird happened, and maybe you're like, okay, I need to recalibrate a little bit, right? I need to put into perspective what this is, and let's just, let's see what other people can give me. Let's see what their whole offering is, but maybe you don't take it right away, right? Maybe you don't take a whole bunch of action. Maybe you're in an exploratory phase, right? As we try to break free from our blockages and stuff, sometimes we do need to just kind of take it one day at a time. Well, I mean, that's all we can do anyway. Just one day at a time, just to see how it unfolds, just because we're like, I'm not sure I want to put all my seeds in that, or all my eggs in that one basket quite yet. Mercury retrograde, probably a good idea. Venus still going through Scorpio, or will be going back again through Scorpio. So yeah, probably a good idea for you to exhibit a little bit of caution right now, especially with the Mercury trine Neptune. We got 6 of Cups reversed. Living in the moment, that's all you have. Hermit reversed. Living in the moment, that's all you have. I just knocked this one off the top of the deck. That's why I pulled it. So what is going on? There's a pull to re-fantasize something. There's a pull to live in a state of mind of dreams and emotion and, the hopes and whatever. But see, we need to shift the awareness from that kind of stuff, from that kind of energy, to the growth, right? Shifting it to say, okay, well, I can live in this whole fantasy all day long, but what really needs to be tackled is this kind of stuff. So you let the blockages surface. And you learn how to release them. This Hermit is a student/teacher. He's both. He's constantly learning, and he is always teaching as well. You teaching yourself and you learning. And so when he's in the reversal position, I actually see him in the learning position rather than the teaching position, okay? And this is when you need to let the lessons really sink in. This is when you need to let the universe or the stars, right? The light, the love really guide you. And what is being called up for all of us is freedom, liberation. There's so much about freedom and liberation in the upcoming year. It's not even funny because of Jupiter, right? I'm realizing how impactful Jupiter is. And because he's so big, I mean, he's gigantic, and the gravitational force and the frequency is so, I mean, how could it not be when he's so big? Like, we think a Mercury retrograde is a big deal. Mercury's like this big, it's teeny tiny compared to the Earth. And yet we kind of say, oh, Jupiter, because Jupiter's kind of like an easy, but no, like Jupiter still teaches us stuff, So here you are stepping into that Jupiterian, letting yourself be taught quality, sitting in that classroom, sitting in that University Econ 101 with that kick-ass teacher, and you're like, yes, teach me, I'm ready to learn. And what you're learning is to open, just to open. Let's just do a couple more. Let's see, okay, what we got? Beautiful, amazing. And let's start with strength, actually. We'll start with her. Taming the beasts. The swords and the lion are the same, okay? That's what I always say with this card, taming the beasts. Taming the energy that has had control over you maybe for a while. If you are a more advanced spiritual student, this is even more so taking your spiritual practice to a whole new level and really sitting in that seat of awareness and raising higher and higher and higher and higher. And rather than living in the blockage, and rather than giving all the attention to the emotion, to the loneliness, to the frustration, to the anger, to the restlessness, whatever. This is actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, these two together, first of all, they're both Leo energies. And second of all, they're both very observant energies as well. The King of Wands sitting poised, watching his kingdom, and the woman in the strength card, the woman in the strength card, she's just watching the ego, just watching her spirit, watching her life unfold, watching all the disturbances kind of come up and then release, right? And the observing quality is really what gives you the power. Once you take it from observing, where you take it out of the observing seat and you put it into the emotion or the blockage, sometimes you can descend even lower and actually manifest that out into reality, right? That's when you yell at your boss. That's when you scream and yell at that person that cut you off, right? That's an actual physical manifestation of the anger, of the blockage. And now you have projected that stuff out into the world and added to kind of the negativity and the lower vibration of the world. You have to think of this as a whole big, like, gigantic scale and really think of, like, am I contributing to the high vibes or am I contributing to the low vibes? These are contributors to the high vibes right now. Fantasy and dreamland and loneliness and whatever, that's all kind of low vibe kind of stuff because it's neither beneficial nor, it's not really hurting anybody, but it's also kind of like just a weird delusional thing, which I don't think is good. This is also low vibe as well because you're not living yourself up to your highest potential. This is high vibe. This is what happens when people with strong spirits and strong understanding of how life works. This is what happens. They open their hearts clear, like his chest is completely open, right? Completely ready. Says, universe, I'm ready. Give me what you got. And that's what happens. That's what will happen. 100%. You're going to be getting offers left and right. You're going to be getting dates. You're going to be getting, the money. You're going to be getting the opportunities, whatever it is that you need right? Remember, don't put this in a box. Don't say, hey, universe, I need this. And limit yourself to that, because the universe could be like, yeah, but I could give you so much more. Like, you don't even know, you know? So just let this be what it is. If it doesn't take hold right away, it's okay. You're in control of it anyway, right? Amazing. So let's look at the stars a little bit. Like I said, did I say this before? It's a dynamic week. A lot of stuff just changing. And I know that so many of us are looking at ourselves and we're like 2 months ago, I was a different person. And when you do that reflection, right? Reflection is so important. I was listening to a Buddhist 101 audio book on my way up to a conference this summer. And it talked about the process of reflection and how important that is to raise your consciousness. Because as you reflect, right, you wake up in the morning and you think about your day backwards. Like, okay, the previous day, you went to bed, you brushed your teeth, you washed your face, you made dinner, you did the kids' soccer games, whatever, you left work, yada, 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 you had this meeting and you woke up, right? And you work in a backwards fashion. When you do that exercise, and you do it every day, which I've done, and it really does, because then you go about your day being like, okay, I want to remember this tomorrow. So you are super aware of what goes on. You're not just living unconsciously and just kind of like a robot, right? So it's important for us to do that with transits too, to look back on the Venus retrograde, to look back on Jupiter and Scorpio and be like, huh, okay, yeah, this really did change me in this kind of way. And yeah, like that's just what happened. Like, you know, you just got pushed into it, right? You just got forced into situations. You got forced into conversations. You got forced into isolation a little bit. And I say forced, right? Because it's just, you feel compelled to do those kinds of things because that is what the universe has called you to do. The template of life is calling you to do these particular things. So now I think the Venus in going back direct, she goes back direct on the 17th, I believe, if I remember correctly, so 3 days, back direct through Scorpio. She's going to be cleaning up all the little pieces along the way. Again, Venus is the hand mirror. Look at yourself. Look at what's happened. Look at the deepest, darkest depths of your soul and see how life has changed you. And Jupiter in Sagittarius, which I talked about last week, is all about the understanding. But see, when we are in the process of gaining understanding, we can often psych ourselves out. And that's my concern with the Mercury retrograde against Neptune in Pisces. It's a square, right? Which is kind of a challenging aspect where he's like, oh, I feel ready. Oh, I feel good. Oh, I feel like I figured it out, and I think there's a little trickery involved. Mercury can do that. He is a little bit deceitful. He is a little bit playful. He likes to play little games. And Neptune is, this planet of delusion and the planet of our own undoing, right? 12th house, Pisces, that kind of thing. So it is important for us to stay aware, to recognize the disturbances of things that happen, but we can also release them as well. And to recognize that humans are humans and people make mistakes and that kinds of things. Not to say that you can just allow just anything to happen. Obviously, you need to be a little bit guarded and to be smart and to really use your intuition. And I think the Mercury retrograde against Neptune will actually give you deep insights, deep psychic insights. You may be receiving information via dreams. You may be receiving information just you walk into a room and you feel kind of a little bit of an electric charge with someone, and that could be either positive or negative. That's stuff to pay attention to, because you're going to be picking up on that stuff really easily. So use it to your benefit, use it to enhance the situation. And to not let yourself get too wrapped up in people's promises, right? Let's put our money where our mouth is, because guaranteed they have also just gone through some pretty significant changes. And sometimes when people go through dramatic stuff, they just want to declare, this is who I am, and they go and they make all these life changes. They start new businesses, or they just go and hurry up and get in new relationships, and they don't do the processing that's involved. And they don't deal with the stuff. So it's, like I said, it's all manifesting, and you can manifest like a motherfucker right now, but you might want to be careful because you might be manifesting things in an irresponsible state of mind, an irresponsible emotional state. Do I make sense? Hopefully I make sense. Now is a good time to just let the dust settle. You know, let's let Venus get out of Scorpio. Let's let Mercury go back direct again. And then I think we'll be a little bit more structured, right? As Mercury will make his way into Capricorn. And we'll just feel a little bit better. I think we'll just feel all a little bit better. So it'll be good. All right, you guys, I think that's it. I don't really know that there's much more to talk about. We had a long discussion last week, so we'll keep this one short and sweet. All right, thank you so much. Take care.